구원해준 나의 천사 나의 세상 난 이상 새 고향이 널 만나러.
Please lower the volume if you don't want to hear my voice. Do you like it? His voice was soft, velvet thick in the hush of a room. Golden lamplight brushed her bass screen, scattering warmth like spilled honey. For a heartbeat, even time forgot how to move. She lay beneath him, lashes heavy, cheeks bathed in a fragile glow. Their clothes were long forgotten, but what remained felt far more exposed, souls unwrapped, hearts pressed bare. She nodded slowly, lips slightly parted, whispering his name like a secret that could only exist between breaths. He stared, entranced by the delicate rise and fall of her chest. Her fingers trembled against his arms, holding him with a desperation both tender and afraid. She looked beautiful, not in the way I see, but in the way hearts recognize home in another. Jungkook bent down, lips brushing her temple like a prayer. He kissed her cheek with a slowness that lingered, then found her eyes. They fluttered closed, like his kiss had the power to hush the ache inside her, like his touch was a lullaby stitched in silence. His lips wandered, tracing the curve of her jaw. He found the delicate place where her pulse danced beneath soft skin and pressed his mouth there, light, fluttering, almost shy. She gasped, her arms clinging together, as if grounding herself to the only thing in the world that made sense. The silence between them pulsed with emotion, too big for words. The air was thick with warmth, with longing, with something that felt holy. Jungkook memorized her, the way her skin responded to him, the way her breath hitched. He didn't just want her, he felt found by her. Jungkook looked at her like he was trying to memorize every inch of her. He leaned in and pressed his lips once more to hers, slow and aching. It wasn't rushed. It was deep, full of longing, like he had waited forever for this. Her hands moved over his arms, tracing the strength he carried. She loved the way his muscles tensed beneath her touch. How safe he made her feel. He held her close, one hand brushing her side gently, grounding her in the moment. Even after he stayed gentle, he helped her clean with careful movements, never letting her feel alone. His voice was soft as he spoke, almost a whisper. To him, love meant caring not only during the passion, but especially in the moments after. He wrapped her in a soft blanket, making sure she was warm. Then he climbed into bed beside her and pulled her against him. Her cheek rested on his chest while his arm curled around her. The room felt quiet and safe. He kept kissing the top of her head like he couldn't stop. Each kiss was slow, almost reverent. She could feel his heartbeat under her ear. They stayed like that, tangled in warmth, falling asleep in a silence that felt deeper than words. Morning sunlight slipped through the curtains, brushing over their skin. Jungkook moved toward the kitchen, bare feet on the floor, shirtless, still soft with sleep. Wyan followed him, eyes half lidded, her steps slow and warmed with comfort. She climbed onto the countertop, legs swinging gently as she watched him. He stood by the stove, humming low while flipping something in the pan. Her gaze fell to him, then down to his chest, right where her mark sat, blooming red near his heart. A slow smile touched her lips. She tilted her head and admired the little hickey with quiet pride. He caught her staring, smirking. So proud of your artwork, huh? He teased, voice playful but fond. As I should be, she replied, not looking away. She reached out for him and he came closer. Between her legs, he fit perfectly, her thighs wrapping gently around his waist. Her hands looped behind his shoulders, pulling him close while his arms circled her body, holding her like he didn't want to let go. When are you coming back? She asked, her voice quiet but firm. Her eyes searched his, already heavy with the ache of missing him. In 2 days, Max, he said. She nodded and leaned forward, letting her forehead rest against his. I'll miss you, she whispered, and he closed his eyes. His lips found her neck again, soft and slow, pressing kisses. I'll miss you more, he murmured between kisses, his hands tightening around her like he never wanted to leave. Take care, baby. Jungkook whispered into the phone, voice low and warm. He ended the call, fingers lingering over the screen for a second longer. Then he slipped the phone into his pocket, letting out a silent breath before straightening up. He looked up the towering glass building in front of him, eyes cold now, sharp like a blade. This wasn't just another day, this was the mission. Jungkook was no longer the man YN has kissed goodbye. He was someone else now. An undercover intelligence agent buried deep in a world of shadows. His job was to infiltrate an international syndicate, criminals dealing in weapons, laundering blood money through major firms, and leaking government secrets for profit. It was a war without smoke. Today's mission was critical. Disguised as a quiet tech consultant, Jungkook was walking into a high security building, a deal about to unfold behind closed doors. His fingers brushed the ID badge clipped to his coat. His heart was steady, his mind lethal. As he stepped forward, his thoughts flickered back to her, her sleepy voice, her arms around him, her 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐤𝐜𝐿 heart. For a second, the weight of who he was outside this world tried to pull him back. But he couldn't go. Not now. He was a weapon dressed in a suit, a man crafted to blend in and bring them down from within, even if it meant lying, even if it meant disappearing for a while. Because right now, Jungkook was not a boyfriend, not a lover, not a soft man making breakfast for the woman he adored. He was the last wall standing between innocent lives and a silent war no one saw coming. Jungkook stepped through the security checkpoint, scanning his ID card with a steady hand. The red light blinked once, then turned green. He exhaled slowly. His glass lenses recorded every second, sending real time footage back to government officials watching silently. Inside the command room, eyes locked on the feet, officials leaned forward, noting every interaction, every face. The tension in the room mirrored Jungkook's own. He was deep inside enemy ground, and this was the moment they had been planning for. His gaze moved across the lobby. Men in sharp suits, women with sleek tablets, security with discreet earpieces. No one looked twice at him. That was good. That meant his cover still held, at least for now. Jungkook pressed forward, waving through elevators and tight corridors. The ID badge clipped to his chest bore the name of a real employee, one who now had no idea his identity has been borrowed by a ghost with a mission. He reached the top floor. A meeting was scheduled there, one involving high level executives laundering foreign funds. His lens flickered as it picked up faces, tagged data. All of it streamed directly to the secure base. Every detail counted, every whisper mattered. He could not afford a single mistake. It had been taken months to earn a spot on this team, to sit at this table, to earn their trust, and now he was finally here, a heartbeat away from truth. A voice called his alias from behind, casual but sharp. Jungkook turned, keeping his expression natural. He smiled politely, nodding as he approached the 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐤𝐿 meeting room. Inside, the enemies wore expensive watches and controlled billions with a single nod. He took a seat at the end of the table, eyes lowered respectfully, but his lenses didn't blink. They recorded, captured every smile that meant danger, every joke hiding blood-stained profits. He was quiet, but his mission roared in silence. He sat silently as the final transaction unfolded before him. Bundles of unmarked cash were exchanged beneath the sleek conference table. Digital keys were passed, accounts verified. His heart raced, but his face never showed it. He had seen enough. From his lens, the entire deal seemed live. High ranking officials watching from the control room grew still. Every detail Jungkook captured was damning. Names, faces, codes. The entire operation laid back within minutes. This was the proof they needed. He had risked everything to get here the hours, the lies, the sleepless nights. All of it led to this moment. He blinked once, as if sealing the memory into his soul. It was finally over, or so he thought. The meeting adjourned with firm handshakes and cold smiles. No one suspected him, no one questioned his presence. He stood from his chair, adjusting his glasses calmly, even as adrenaline pulsed beneath his skin like a second heartbeat. Jungkook walked out of the meeting room, flanked by his supposed colleagues. The air was tense, formal as they passed through the polished hallway. His glasses camera kept streaming, catching every moment, every word exchanged, nothing to slip now. His stride was steady, control, rehearsed like everything else. He was deep in his role. The camera was live. The mission wasn't over yet. The people with him believed he was someone else, someone harmless. He had to protect that illusion. But then he heard it, a voice that cut through all the noise, familiar and warm. Jungkook, it called gently, unsure. His heart stopped, his foot halted mid-step. That voice didn't belong here. His eyes widened slightly before his head turned. She stood there, Wayan, with her friend. Her smile faltered when she saw his expression. You said you went to Busan, she said, coming closer, eyes shining with confusion and dread. Jungkook's mind raced. The camera was still on. His name wasn't Jungkook in this world. The man beside him didn't know him that way. If she said more, if they saw more, everything could fall apart, including her safety. He stared at her, face now cold, blank. I think you got the wrong person. I don't know you, he said. His voice was warm, empty, nothing like the man she loved. Then he turned, walking away without a flicker of regret. Wayan froze, stunned, the words slicing through her chest. Her lips parted, but nothing came out. Her friend beside her looked at her, skeptical. Wayan, are you sure he's your boyfriend? She asked quietly, almost like she didn't believe her anymore. It wasn't pity in her voice, it was disbelief, like she finally had proof Wayan made a map, like she always knew Wayan had been alone. Wayan blinked hard, holding back the tears threatening to spill. Her voice trembled. Let's go, she said. They walked away, Wayan barely able to breathe. Her hands clutched tightly at her sides, knuckles pale. Her friend didn't say more, just followed, but Wayan could feel the judgment heavy in the silence. She didn't cry, not yet, but her chest